I have an Opnus XZ here. It is a 5-pin on top, 5-pin on right, so it's a little 10-pin dimple. Okay. If I light tension and use this Huck number 5. 1, a little rotation. 2, 3, nothing on 4, nothing on 5. Going to 1, 2, 3 is binding, little click on 3. 4 had a little click, and 5. Click on 5. Check it 1, 2. Feel nothing on that. Check it the right side. 1, 2, 3. Little click on 3. 4. I'm not sure about 4. Check it 1, 2. Okay, not sure. Checking 1 on right. 2, 3. I believe 5 is set. It's way out there. Okay, I'm gonna go on the top again and open. Won't hold me back. All right, so we got a good open there. Let's do the terrible thing and have to deal with gutting this because it is a terrible lock to have to gut. We'll try to keep the springs from flying all over God's creation. So take that out, leave that there. Bring this in. Give me a setting point. I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay. And I'll do my best. Let's zoom out just a little bit, just in case I need to be further out. All right, let's start with looking at this. We'll start with the right side. And I have opened just the right, but not the left. You can see a little bit of marks. And this one I opened up. What a pain when it came out. All right, so let's get this open. What's the best way to do this without the world ending? Okay, let's get, I might need to get another pick in here to pry this open. All right, let's leave this there for now. I'm gonna pull out another pick and see if I can get it with the other pick. Let's try this so we can get into that little edge. There we go, we got some movement. All right, let's try not to have this get destroyed. So now that that's up, let's work on pushing it down. You know what, we might just want to pry this up and deal with putting it back together later. Oh, okay, it came out. All right, so nice and easy. The springs don't go everywhere. Got everything still in there. You can see there's the springs, so let's get them out. There's 1. There's 2, and already it went out flying, and that's just how these are. 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then you can see the little holes for them. So let's bring them out one at a time. Sometimes I'll need to wiggle this. Okay, so the back end fell out. There's that. So the driver. Okay, so this driver fell out. So what we got? Still got the, you can still see we got the key pins in there. Let's get this out. Okay, so the drivers fall out pretty easy. Okay, so the key pins are starting to work out. This is 2. Okay, there's a 2. Where did you go to? There you are up there. 2. Actually, I am looking at this completely backwards. Okay, so this was actually 5. This was 4. This is 3. That's 2. Wait. Yes, because it's not 2, it's 4. Let's get this right. That is 4. All right, now I'm pulling out 3. 3 fell out, and then the top of 4 fell out. I mean, 2 fell out. Man, I am all backwards. Let's flip you around so I have an easier time. Oh, my goodness. All right, so now we're going to go to 1 here. Okay, so there is the driver for 1, key pin for 1, and the key pin that. Okay, oof. So we got 1 row out right now. So this, so far, I'll bring this up to you. You could see you have a couple of serrated, looks like serrated anyway, key pins, and just maybe a couple spools. Not maybe, definitely. I just don't have them flipped over to the side. So there's a spool there. All right, and a lot of standards. All right, let's get the other side open. All right. Now I've not opened this side yet, so I don't know how hard it is to give me to get a tool under there. Feel around. I can try to get in here. Again, I've never opened this guy before. Sometimes that works. It didn't this time. Let's try to get underneath it with something else. Perhaps in here I can get in this corner. I'll tell you what, if you never have to gut these things, I would not. I don't even know if I'm getting any movement on that. Let's see if we can get under with this. What a pain. It's an epic battle. I just need to get underneath this. And I just don't know what tool is going to let me get underneath it. I don't think I'm going to be able to get under it very easy. Come on. Can't get underneath it with that. Let's try multi-pick. Maybe the multi-pick can get up here and slide down. Nope. Come on, multi-pick, get under there. Man, it's gonna be 20 minutes of just gutting this thing. Oh, my hands are locking up. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get this open to show these pins if this thing doesn't open. And again, I opened up one side. It was such a nightmare to close back up that it just didn't even open the other side. I was trying to figure out why I was having such a hard time, because sometimes I get it open, sometimes I wouldn't get it open, and it turns out that it was because I was oversetting the top pins. I was just pushing too much on them. So lighter tension. I think I'm gonna have my best luck doing this. Try to get the pick into that corner. I might have to put something in there, hammer it out, but I'm not exactly sure what I could put under there. I have a knife. I'm trying not to cut my hand wide open while we're doing this. But I think I'm gonna just need something a little sharper. Again, this is not smart. I'm just trying to get this little top up a little bit. Let's cut it this way. See if I can get the edge underneath. I'm not pushing so I don't cut myself. Come on, get under there. Just need a little lip. Just need a little lip. There we go. Let's put this under here. See, and that's what I'm worried about right there. Trying not to cut my finger off. Okay, I think I got it up enough to get smooth in there without cutting my finger off. Or maybe I didn't. Let's try the multi-pick. Okay. I'll put my finger on there because I'm afraid that when this does pop off, the springs are going to go into outer space. I really don't want that to happen. Come on, get under there. Why are you being so difficult? Goodness gracious. Well, if you're still with me, you need to skip forward. I'll put some timestamps on this thing. Okay, get a real good wedge underneath there now. Now I'll definitely be able to take it off. All right. Okay, just make sure. Let's get the springs out before I start damaging them. This is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's keep bringing it up. This is 4. Three. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a tool back in there. Begin the prime process a little more. Alright, let's get it. Oh, my hand is locking up doing this. Wow. Okay, good. That didn't go everywhere. What a miserable thing. Alright, so there's the next 2 springs. What a miserable experience for this lock. Alright, so let's bring this over so you can see. There are all the pins. Let's start with 1. So there is the driver that fell out, which is a spool. The key pin, which is serrated. Next one. Here is the standard driver. and a serrated key pin. Here's the next one. Standard. And it looks like a standard key pin. And here is the serrated and a standard. I think that's a standard. Okay, and then here is a standard. There's free spinning, you get out of there. You can actually see it right in there. Yeah, I want you to get out there, killer. There we go. Okay, wow. Okay, so we'll tell you, in here you can see there's a tiny little wire in there, kind of wrapping it up like a C-clamp, but because of this design, you can't take it off. Even when you take that out, you cannot pull the core out. I don't know if it's underneath here, but in the other design, the pins are under here. You can't get it out. So there's no milling in there anyway, so this kind of shows you everything you need to see. So there's all the stuff. Okay, I'm going to leave it in this order, just like that.